What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of my Legends League attacks, seeing how I'm doing in Legends League, what army comp I'm using, and why I'm tripling so much. Alright guys, so here's the first replay I'm going to be showing you today here in Legends League. Also, want to remind you, don't forget, if you want to support me in-game, make sure you go into your settings and into more settings. Go all the way to the bottom and type in Lexnos in the creator boost code, guys. It really does help me out a lot if you support me in-game using my creator boost code. But never mind that. Let's go ahead and get straight into some of these replays here. So lately, I've been doing a lot of Legends attacks with the hybrid, but a little bit different on the spell comp than what you're used to seeing probably. Normally, you've been seeing a lot of people take 2 freezes. Lately, I've been taking 4 freezes just to make sure that Queen stays alive. If you have an extra freeze or 2, you can always use them on the hybrid if you want to. It's actually been working out pretty well for me. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it. A couple replays here today. Let's go ahead and check out this first base. Now, this is a base that I have been seeing quite a bit lately. Actually, it's becoming more popular. You might have seen it on some other channels. Let's go ahead and take a look at how to take it out. You just drop the Queen right here at 6. She gets that cannon before the CC gets to her, and she's going to take it out. Triple Ice Golem. You know it's going to take her 10.5 years to get through that. So we're going to go ahead and speed that up just a little bit. Then we're going to wait to see which way she's going to go. Rage, of course, to kill the enemy king and the queen. She's going to take out that Inferno Tower with the help of 1 free spell here on the Inferno and 1 of the Expos. And we're going to wait to see which way she goes before we wall break. She's going to go to the right initially, but she's going to go back to the left. So I'm going to hold off on that wall break, because I'm going to use the P.E.K.K.A. over here to make the funnel to make sure she's going to go back to the left. She's going to get the Town Hall first, actually, which is nice. So I'm going to have to rage her up and possibly freeze again. Yep, there we go with the freeze, just to make sure Queen stays alive and that I don't burn that ability. As soon as I see her wrap back left for that other Expo, I'm going to wall break there. That way she can reach the scatter shot, which is super nice. You definitely want that scatter shot to go down. And I'm going to wall break even again on the gold storage just to see what more she can get. She will be able to reach that Inferno Tower, which is kind of neat. Another Coco Loon going in. Queen's going to step up for these defenses. I'm going to go ahead and start with the King and the Siege Barracks on the left side and just hybrid right in between the heroes here, and it's going to work out pretty well. The hybrid pathing is going to look something like this. They're going to move up here into the core and then up toward the Eagle and split this way. Some stuff's going to go here, some stuff's going to go up top where the Tesla farm is up top. And you think, well, is this going to work with only 1 heal spell? It does if you use it, if you use your freezes correctly. So notice how I still have a freeze for the back end. I popped the Warden ability there to save a lot of damage. I'm going to heal here going into this Eagle shot and all these Expos on the back end, and I'm going to freeze the Eagle and the enemy RC there, so that way my RC can stay alive, get through the enemy RC. I'm going to poison some of these Skellies so they go down almost instantly. Then the Hogs, the P.E.K.K.A. and the Wizard on the top side. I have an extra rage that I didn't even need for the Queen charge, so I'm going to use it on the Hogs and the P.E.K.K.A. and the Wizards up top. I thought that would be my best value. I could have used it on the Miners and the Royal Champ here, which also would have been good value, but I definitely just wanted to make sure that those Hogs and the P.E.K.K.A. and the Wizards stay alive and get through all that crap up here, the Tesla farm at 12, the Warden, all these cannons and Archer Towers. So I definitely wanted to make sure they stay alive, so I used it up top just like that. They're going to get through that no problem at all. Royal Champ's still alive because those Miners and Hogs were taken for her nicely. She's going to get all these defenses. I am going to pop her ability here before the single target Inferno locks onto her. Now the reason I do that is because I know her ability one-shots Archer Towers, so if I use her ability, it doesn't matter if it goes for this Inferno or for the Archer Tower. I figured she was closer to the Archer Tower, so I thought it was going to one-shot Archer Tower, one-shot Archer Tower, hit the Wizard and the air defense. And then since both these defenses are down, I thought she would go next for the Inferno Tower, which means she would be able to take it down before it kills her, which is exactly what's going to happen, and that's exactly what I needed, because I did not want her to die to that Inferno Tower. I thought if I didn't use her ability, she's going to just walk this way all the way around the Inferno, and she's never actually going to target the Inferno. So I wanted to make sure she targets the Inferno. That's why I popped the ability early, and then that Miner tanked for her for just enough time, so that way she can get through this Inferno before she goes down, and it's going to end up working out perfectly. Swag the Queen ability. I use it there for her to beat on a wall, but she's not going to do anything else for the rest of the attack. Don't even need her ability. This one's going to be a GG. Nice attack. Still have Miners alive, still have Hogs alive, Royal Champ and Warden, P.E.K.K.A. and Wizards doing cleanup. Beautiful hit here. That's an easy way to take out this base with that army comp. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some more replays. Now I just started using this army comp with the 4 freezes. I've only done like 2 attacks with it so far, and it's working really well for me. The next one is going to be another one close to a triple. It's actually going to be a time fail, 98%, but I think it's still worth watching just because I started the miners too late. That's the only reason why it failed. Otherwise it was crushed. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so here we are with the second base that I've hit with this arming comp. I am going to try using this spell comp a lot more often here. I am going to start streaming again. Also, guys, if you want to come see me stream, in case you haven't noticed by the background, I did just recently move, and that's why I haven't been streaming a lot lately. I've been doing a lot of moving lately, but now I'm all situated. I am going to be streaming again on Twitch. Going to try to do it several times a week, if not almost every day. So definitely come check me out on Twitch. Link or the name is right there, as you can see, LexWHF on Twitch.tv. Come check me out. I'm gonna be doing live hits on Legends almost every day. Let's go ahead and take a look at how I hit this base, and honestly how I almost crushed it. It was just a time fail on this one. Now this was an anti-3, which really caught me off guard. I'm so used to seeing ring bases here in Legends League, but it was a nice refresher to see this anti-3-star base, and I was like, all right, let's figure out how to take it down. I'm just going to charge the Town Hall and the Queen here over here on this side with my 2 super wall breakers. Unfortunately, my second super wall breaker didn't target the wall I wanted it to, but I'm still going to be able to recover and get really good value from the Queen charge. Notice how I'm just going to start Queen right where I want her to go in. P.E.K.K.A on the right side to funnel. My Queen's going to take out the enemy Queen thanks to that rage, and the P.E.K.K.A is going to make the funnel. Then my Queen's going to step inside the base here just like I want her to. Coco Loon going in. Now I wanted the second super wall breaker to target this mortar, but instead he's going to target the wizard tower just like that, because I think I dropped him just a tile too far to the right. Yeah, see, I dropped him right there, and I think he was just barely closer to that wizard tower than he was to the mortar. I just didn't want to drop him too far to the left because I thought he would target like the expo or something stupid over here. So I mean, I don't even know if I would have been able to target that mortar, but I tried and it didn't quite work out. But that's okay. Queen's going to get this Town Hall down. Now I noticed the Archer Tower was tanked by the Queen, and I didn't want too much DPS on her, and there is a double cannon that cannot reach hogs here, so I'm going to send 2 hogs in just to take out that Archer Tower, just so there's a little bit less DPS on the Queen here, since the CC's coming out and she has to fight the Town Hall, an Expo, and a Scatter Shot all at the same time. It's just so much damage, so I wanted to make sure I get that Archer Tower down, and I go ahead and throw a Wizard in behind just because he can get like 4 buildings before anything can even touch him. Now the Queen doesn't have quite as much damage on her. She can stay alive without me having to use any free spells, so I still have all 4, and then I figure, okay, she's going to walk to the right now. I had that super wall breaker made the second break, so she will be able to reach that Inferno Tower and the King and eventually walk back around outside the base, which is exactly what she's going to do. She's going to go in here, get all this stuff, and then go back around for the outside and just keep going like that. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to freeze that Inferno Tower and the King just so I can keep the Queen alive. Now, since I still have 4 freezes, I figure, you know what? I don't think I need 4 freezes for the hybrid. I'm going to try to save the rage for the hybrid instead of using it on the Queen like I could have there. And I'm going to use some freezes here just to keep the Queen alive. That way I can have rage and maybe 2 freezes left still for the hybrid. So a little bit weird here, and it's not just heals that you're using on the hybrid, but I think it's working out better for me with more freezes, guys, because they're really flexible. You can use them on the Queen charge, or you can use them on the hybrid, and either way they get good value. If you don't take this many freezes, if you take 2 heals, you're forced to use the heals on the hybrid, and sometimes your Queen dies earlier than you want her to, and then your Queen charge doesn't get enough value, and you're going to end up failing because your hybrid has to just save the 2-star just so you make sure you don't 1-star, and you know you're not going to triple because your Queen dies like 25% into the base and she doesn't get a good charge. So here we go, starting with the hybrid. I go ahead and drop all the miners here before I drop the King and the Siege Barracks. Eagle Artillery activates, it targets the Queen, which is kind of unfortunate, but she's still going to stay alive, so actually not that bad. She's tanking here. Now I am going to drop the King. I want him to clear all this trash here and the Siege Barracks up top to clear the rest of the trash. That way the miners are forced this way into the Eagle, and I wanted to force the Queen into this channel here so that way she can go get some more value and especially get this Scatter Shot. That was the main reason why I wanted to force her into the channel, just so she can get that Scatter Shot down, so that way my miners never have to worry about it, and that's exactly what she's going to do here. King on the outside, Siege Barracks as well, miners pushing in. Notice how I still haven't dropped the hogs and I still haven't dropped the Royal Champ. You always want to drop the miners and the Warden first when you're doing hybrid, especially when they're going into trash buildings and storages on the outside like this. these storages, because if you drop them all at the same time, the hogs are going to get way out in front by these defenses while the miners are still targeting these storages here, and you don't want your miners and your hogs separated, because then you can't heal them all at the same time, or you can't use your warden ability on everything at the same time. That's why you want to drop the miners first, and you want to wait until they're getting these storages down, and then they're going into the first layer behind the first set of walls. Then you're dropping the hogs and the royal champ in behind to help. That way, by the time you want to use your first heal or your warden ability, you can get everything in it all together and you get the most value possible. That's definitely the best way to do it. Now, luckily, Queen is going to wrap around back into the core here. Unfortunately, I'm going to lose a lot of hogs and miners over here on this right side to the scatter shot. I wanted everything to group up over here, but some of them split off, especially because of the skelly trap here. So I'm going to lose a lot of stuff there, which is unfortunate. It would have been overkill if I didn't lose all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and freeze that scatter to try and save a lot of my troops here. Everything pushing into the core. I have that rage to use on the hogs, on the miners, the royal champ, the queen, the warden, the healers. Everybody taking advantage of that rage, so it's definitely good value that I saved that rage. Hogs from the siege barracks coming out on the top side. They're going to come over here and take out this top side compartment with the Inferno Tower. Royal champ getting some good value on the bottom side. I noticed she's going to get this archer tower, so I dropped my last wizard on the bottom to do some cleanup. Queen getting all these defenses in the core with the warden. The warden switched off to help the queen instead of helping the miners and the hogs. Most of the miners died off because of all that stuff in the core there, unfortunate, but we still have the hogs going through the top side. They're actually going to get picked off by the enemy royal champ here, but my queen's going to snipe her. And guys, this would have been a triple if I just had one more wizard behind the king here who could have reached these two buildings. Those two buildings are going to make me time fail. It's so unfortunate here. Queen's going to get everything down here with this wizard, and then she's just going to beat on a wall for the last 12 seconds of the attack, and the king as well, and nothing's going to get that archer tower and that platform there, so it's going to be a time fail, but still, this was a solid attack. Honestly, it would have worked if I had started the miners just a little bit earlier. It was a really good, but that's what I'm using right now, guys, my army comp, especially with the 4 freezes and only 1 heal, a little bit different than what most people are using. I am going to try using the 6 hogs and 5 super goblins in my CC with the flex siege barracks or blimp. That's what a lot of the pros are using right now, and I think it actually works out really well because you don't know what kind of base you're going to come up against if you actually need the blimp or if the siege barracks will be better. So that's what I'm going to be doing soon. As soon as my siege barrack or my blimp is upgraded, I am going to be upgrading my blimp as soon as my hammer of fighting is off cooldown, which is in 1 hour and 9 minutes. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to be able to do that, and that's going to be nice. So maybe another video coming in the next few days on an even slightly better version of this. We'll see. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at one more attack here with only 2 freezes that I did yesterday and see how I made the triple as well. Alright guys, so here is a really common Legends League base that I'm sure most of you guys are seeing almost every day, because I know I see this base every single freaking day. It's so annoying when I see this base, but I finally got it figured out here. And honestly, I tripled this when I was still using only 2 freezes before, and I think it'll work even better if you're taking 4 freezes and only 1 heal, so that way you can really keep the queen alive. Because watch what I do with the charge here. The basic idea of the plan is you really want to cut the funnel where this natural gap is. You see this little gap here, the 2-tile gap between the defenses. You want to cut that funnel right there, so you want your queen to go into this compartment here. It's really critical that she goes into this specific compartment. That way she can reach everything in here and everything in here, and if you can keep her alive, I mean, she's going to get the entire base, and you can just hybrid the town hall, and it's that easy. So my queen eventually does die on this attack, but I think if you switch up the spell comp to how I did in the previous replays where you have 4 freezes and only 1 heal, this is going to work even better for this base. So as long as you can get the wall break right here on the cannon, P.E.K.K.A on the right side to funnel, keep your queen alive by dropping that early rage, because there are a ton of defenses here on the queen early on. It's honestly hard to keep her alive. I had to force the ability super early. I should have used one of my freezes earlier on that scatter, expo, archer tower combination. But luckily, queen is going to stay out of range of this Inferno Tower. If the Inferno Tower was like right here, this would be bad news for us, but the Inferno Tower actually is going to get in range eventually once the queen steps up. So I am going to have to start with the freeze, king and siege barracks on the top side, and I'm going to have to get the miners down eventually to tank that Inferno Tower before the queen dies. I'm going to have to freeze it again just to make sure queen doesn't go down, because I want her to get all the way to that eagle if possible. Sometimes she doesn't get there. That's why I think it's going to be a lot better if you take 4 freezes, That way on this base in particular, you're going to be able to keep that queen alive the whole time. I use my last rage on the queen there. She's going to fight the enemy queen and just barely get her down and stay alive. The hybrid pushing in toward the town hall, they're going to get that Inferno Tower down. The miners and the what's it called, Royal Champ are going to target the town hall here eventually. As soon as it activates, boom, I'm going to pop the warden ability, keep the miners alive, keep the Royal Champ alive. She's going to get that Inferno Tower down. The queen got the eagle, and that's the most important part about this base. You have to get that eagle down sooner rather than later. Queen gets it down, and if I had 2 more freezes here instead of that last heal, I'd be able to keep freezing defenses, keep that queen alive, and she'd be able to walk the entire base. But since I didn't have that, she's going to end up taking a lot of damage here. She's going to go down, but I am going to get the healer swap onto the miners, which is going to be super efficient as well. The healers are going to swap onto these miners, get them healed up, back up to full health. Pop the Royal Champ ability. She's going to get a bunch of stuff here. That second heal doing a lot of work on the miners and the hogs there in the core. Everything pushing to the back end. Those healers on the miners are going to keep them alive forever. They're not going to die. This is going to be another triple. P.E.K.K.A still on the outside doing a lot of cleanup here. Some splash damage earlier and some bombs killed all my cleanup wizards, but the P.E.K.K.A stayed alive. She's going to get some good value on those trash buildings, and the hybrid pushing through the core. Royal Champ at full health. Thanks to those healers there with the warden, nothing's going to kill her. A nice attack. I know you guys probably see this base almost every day because I know I do. It's really annoying and really popular, and that's the best way. I figured out how to take it out with hybrid. You just got to charge that one channel there, or that one compartment right here, this one in particular. You can come at it from either side, whichever side you feel more comfortable with. You just got to make sure queen goes in there, gets the eagle, cuts the funnel, and then you hybrid from the other side, and it's as simple as that. If you can keep the queen alive, it will work 95% of the time. I mean, I'm making up that number, but you guys try it. Let me know how it works for you. But that's all I've got for you guys today. I'm getting a bunch of triples in Legends League. I've already done 3 attacks today. 1 triple, 2 time fails. We're going to see if I can get some more. I'm going to be going live on Twitch pretty soon, so if you want to check me out, see some of my live attacks, definitely come hang out on Twitch. That's going to be it. If you like this series, definitely let me know down below. Use my code Lexnos, Creator Boost code, if you want to support me in-game, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.